tailors and makeup artists were brought in to transform Carlo. His beard was shaved, his skin softened, and his body wrapped in fine silk. Christian whispered to one of his guards, "Keep an eye on her. Something doesn't feel right." Christian addressed the king, "Your Majesty, there have been whispers about the queen. Some believed she is not who she claims." The room fell silent. Daniel kept his composure, though his heart raged. Christian stepped forward. "I request that the queen be examined by the royal healers. If she is truly a maiden, there will be no issues. But if not," he let the threat hang in the air. One fateful day, Christian's guard reported back. "I followed the queen to the gardens last night," he said. "She met with the king there. They spoke like lovers." Christian's eyes darkened. "Are you certain?" "Yes, my lord. They were alone for hours, and their closeness was unusual." Christian's suspicions were confirmed. Determined to uncover the truth, he planned to confront the king directly. During a council meeting, Christian addressed the king, "Your Majesty, there have been whispers about the queen. Some believed she is not who she claims." The room fell silent. Daniel kept his composure, though his heart raged. "What are you implying?" Daniel asked, his voice steady. Christian stepped forward. "I request that the queen be examined by the royal healers. If she is truly a maiden, there will be no issues. But if not," he let the threat hang in the air. Daniel's fist clenched under the table. He knew they couldn't risk an examination. That night, Daniel and Carlo met in secret. "They will expose us," Carlo said, panic in his voice. "Then we will leave," Daniel said firmly. "We will leave the kingdom, start a new life somewhere far away. I won't let them take you away from me." They made plans to escape during the next festival when the palace would be distracted. The night of the festival arrived, and the palace was alive with music and celebration. Daniel and Carlo prepared to slip away under the cover of darkness. But as they made their way through the hidden passages, they were intercepted by Christian and his guards. "Going somewhere, Your Majesty?" Christian asked, his voice cold and triumphant. Daniel stepped protectively in front of Carlo. "This is none of your concern, Christian." "It is, when the future of the kingdom is at stake," Christian replied, "and when lies threatened to destroy us." The guards closed in, and Carlo crushed Daniel's hand tightly. "What do we do now?" Daniel's eyes burned with determination. "We fight for us." Christian's voice echoed through the passageway. "Take them! The people deserve the truth." The guys moved in, sword drawn. Carlo froze, fear gripping his heart, but Daniel remained calm. With a swift motion, he pulled a hidden dagger from his belt and held it to Christian's throat. "Call them off," Daniel growled. Christian's eyes narrowed, but he raised his hands, signaling the guards to stand down. "This won't change anything, Your Majesty. You can't run away from the truth." Daniel tightened his grip. The truth is that I love him. I would rather die than let you tear us apart." Word of confrontation spread quickly. By dawn, the entire kingdom was bubbling with rumors. Daniel made a bold decision to address his people directly. Standing on the palace balcony, with Carlo by his side, Daniel spoke. "My people, for years I have ruled with you with honesty and fairness. But today, I must confess something that many will consider a betrayal. I love someone deeply, but that love is not with a woman, it is with Carlo." Grabs ripped through the crowd. Christians stepped forward, trying to seize the moment. "This is an abomination, our laws and traditions." Daniel raised his hand, silencing the murmurs. "I know this love is unconventional, and I know some of you will not understand, but love is not a crime. It is not a weakness. It is what gives us strength." Carlo, overwhelmed with emotion, took Daniel's hand. The gesture spoke volumes, and for the moment, the crowd seemed unsure. The council convened immediately. Christians, furious, demanded Daniel's removal. "He has dethroned the throne and the gods. The people will revolt if we allow this." But some council members hesitated. "The people love the king," one elder said. "Forcing him out could lead to chaos." After hours of debate, a compromise was reached. Daniel could remain king, but Carlo could not hold the title of queen. Their relationship would be tolerated, but it could never be official. Daniel and Carlo accepted the terms. Though it pained them, Carlo returned to his role as the king's confidant, and their love continued in shadows. But the kingdom began to change. Daniel's bold confession sparkled quiet conversation among the people. Over time, the whispers of disapproval grew quieter, replaced by the reluctant acceptance. In years that followed, Daniel and Carlo became symbols of courage. One evening, Daniel and Carlo stood together on the palace balcony, watching the sunset over the kingdom. "We've come so far," Carlo said quietly. "And we will keep going," Daniel replied, wrapping his hand around him. "No matter what, as long as we are together." The sun burned with the colors of dusk, a testament to the fire of their love, unbreakable, unstoppable, and eternal.